Hi, welcome to Working Woman. I'm Yin Ling, the super businesswoman of Creatives at Work. In the course of running Creatives at Work together with Jace and Fanny and the rest of the team over here, we have met many amazing women from all over Singapore, all over the world. And we want to share their inspiring stories with all of the other entrepreneurs as well as female working women out there. And today we have a very special woman with us. Her name is Felicia Tan. Hi,
hello.
Felicia. So Felicia is the founder of DesignWorks, a creative graphic design firm that specializes in design, publishing, printing and event, as well as web media design. Felicia also has a very special story, and to me it's a highly inspirational one. A few years ago, Felicia wanted to start a family of her own. However, things didn't go as planned, and unfortunately, she suffered 2 miscarriages. But she welcomed her, what you call your rainbow baby, right? Yes. In June 2015. Congratulations. And from there, she founded Art of Life Circle, or AOL Circle, in 2016 to speak about her experiences and to share with other women who face similar difficulties and similar experiences, situations. And what is really inspiring for me is that you managed to turn your grief and your sadness and a very tough challenge that you went through as a person, as a woman, into something to help other women. So welcome, Felicia. We're very honored to have you today. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself as well as AOL Circle?
I'm Felicia. Once again, why do I have the motivations to start AOL Circle is also partly because I started after I published my books. Okay. I was thinking, what's next after this? So there are people who comes to me, couples who are trying to conceive, but they are having problems. How can I help or encourage them moving forward? So the idea is more of a pay forward message. The question is, I realized if everybody who miscarried decided to continue with their life, which is good, but how about the next generations and the coming generation? Unfortunately, it's not something that we can prevent, and it can happen to all races, irregardless. So the question is, how do we reach out to the next generation who are seeing these problems? And likewise for myself, I'm thankful because I published the books. That's why I have the books, and because of the book, it became a voice for me to seek out for other channels or even other gynaes to help me throughout this pregnancy. So I would wonder if those people who didn't speak out or those people who didn't ask for help, what would have happened to them? So I want to be the open door or the channel for them to at least to tell you there's hope. There's something out there if you were to choose to seek out and find help. So that's the motivation behind Art of Life Circle.
Okay, that's amazing. I mean, I haven't had a child before, so I can't imagine, what you must have gone through. But I can imagine that a lot of women out there who may be facing similar situations would find it a great help. And these are the books that Felicia was talking about. She has 3 books. These are 2 of the 3 books. So you also run this on the side of your design firm, DesignWorks, right? So it seems like you are juggling a lot of things at once, from being a mother to, running AOL Circle, sharing your experience with other people, writing books, as well as your design role and being, managing your clients. How do you balance your work and family responsibilities? So, what is a normal day in life for you?
I think it all boils down to passion as well. So when I first started graphic, which is DesignWorks, that is very much my passion. I wanted to have flexible timing, work hours, so that I can be there for my child. So unfortunately, it didn't happen till 10 years later. But then again, I was glad that I had 10 years to build my foundation, build my clientele, have my strong vendor support, so on and so forth. So I was thankful in that sense that they supported me throughout the journey. In fact, the book's design was done by me because I'm the graphic designer. So I say, why should I ask someone for help? I should just do it myself. So in that sense, it complements the services as well that I provide. So I'm telling people, hey, you should print your brochure. All the more I should publish my book, my story. So that's where I came from, and to walk the talk. So that's how I went to publish the book. And obviously within my line, designers, printers, publisher are my industries. So what is stopping me to publish a book? So that was what I had the motivation, and I had the network to begin with to start publishing and launching the books. So that's where I, of course, went into subsequently book launch and whatever not. And therefore, I shared with more people. And because of the sales of the book, more ladies reach out to me. So they share with me their high-risk gynae, their TCM, which I was thankful, because my role back then was just to recognize, to honor my angel babies, and that, to tell myself that I was actually a mom. But in the process, I got so-called found my solution in that sense. People coming to me, telling me what have they done differently, such that they can have a successful pregnancy, which is unexpected of that. But I was glad that it was a positive outcome. So I come to find my high-risk gynae. I reach out through the TCM, through all their referrals. In fact, I have like shortlisted 10 of them, just from all of these people telling me who to call, who to find, which I was thankful because it come from the book, which wasn't what I expected. So through that, and also because of my entrepreneurial background, so I know I need to not stock them as in your warehouse, in your, in under your table, but to sell them. That's the idea, to generate revenue, to share your stories also. So that's where I learned as an entrepreneur background to learn to share the story and to learn to share. And I was thankful because I shared. So I have the positive feedback and outcome for myself as well through the process too.
Okay. So every day, like, do you receive messages from other mothers out there? Or is your day filled with like just taking care of your kid, or like how designing works? Like, how do you balance everything out together?
So, of course, on a typical day, the morning is, of course, taking care of my child to bring him to childcare. And once he's in childcare, I can have the timing to work on things. And that's where I work on my design works. And likewise, if there are people I need to see over like Art of Life Circle, that's where we meet them for coffee or for a chat to find out what's their needs, what's their concerns. And yes, typically my day will end like 3 or 4, depending. So that's where I will pick up my child, and the rest of the time will be his time. In the sense, to me, I see it as a bonding time as well. So I set aside, in fact, today, Thursday, I set aside, ideally every Thursday, I'll bring him out for a meal or to whatever place he wants to go. So typically, we will take public transport. He boys, they love MRT, buses. So yeah, we will take, depending on where he wants to go, we will take the public transport to there to have a sightseeing or to enjoy a meal. So it's really a me time with him, which I enjoy the process too, in that sense. Yep.
Okay, so I hope you're not taking away the time
He's at
from
childcare
now. Now is the free time.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so thank you for taking your free time out to come down over here. It's also been a little bit of a lot of businesses out there has faced difficulties during this circuit breaker, where first of all, you can't go out. A lot of businesses had to pause or stop. How were you affected? Both AOL as well as Design Works. Were you even affected during this time?
Yes, definitely. For Design Works, we took a bad hit because a lot of our clients are from the events, trade shows, exhibition were all cancelled. So having said so, the question is, how do you still put yourself out there to be creative and whatever not? I was thankful we still have social media, we still have Zoom meetings, so we can still post. So you need not always constantly be posting about your work, your artwork, which is... Thankfully, we still have other things, right? We still have families, we still have children. And yeah, that's where we come to work on this perla. So it was a accidental thing that I was sorting out the colors because it was all in a mess. So I thought, after sorting out, why not I just get my son Titus to work on some stuff? Anyway, it's just to kill time in a way because we got a lot of time during circuit breaker. And thankfully, we work out something positive. In fact, this was what we gave for goodie bags this year for his birthday. And it has very positive feedback. In fact, I have other teachers coming just to thank me for this Perla Hearts. So I was like, it's just a small gift. And I'm sure other children have played throughout. So it makes it meaningful when someone gives it to you. And also to share the love during this circuit breaker. Yeah. So I think the part is really self-love, self-care as well during this time. And also to see how can you creatively still reach out and not just always talking about work, but there's still something else that you can reach out to show your personality as well. I think they also want to find synergies and rapport to work with a person like as well. That's right.
So in case our listeners out there don't know what we're talking about, Felicia has very kindly brought some handicraft perla that a son and her made together and then giving it to me and to the crew over here. So thanks so much to you and your son. You mentioned that definitely you have to do different things during this pandemic, during the circuit breaker, but do you see them as new opportunities or, is it a setback?
To me, it's a new learning curve. So, of course, previously you are always complaining you don't have enough time. Now you have a lot of time. So what is it that you want out for yourself and for your own goodness, so to speak? So now that I have the time, I decided, to work on my health is one. Okay. So 2 is also to work on the business. How do I want to so-called actively promote in a creative way? So that's where reaching out through social media, and is a good time for me to try and error as well. What works, what don't work, what platform to reach out and whatever not. So the end goal here I see is, if after the whole circuit breaker you didn't learn something, you are really wasting your time. Because now that you work from home, you cut down your travels, you cut down your meetings. Of course, you can say you work longer hours, but having said so, once you're off work, what should you do for yourself? For you, yourself, and as a family, bonding time as well. So what can you do more constructively, or what can you build a stronger bond? That is what I see runs longer down the road.
So the opportunities are not only in business, in
That's
earning
right.
money, it's also in, family bonding, in
That's
personal
right.
relationships and personal development as well. Yes. Especially now, right, during the pandemic, I think a lot of people, because I do marketing as well, a lot for Creatives at Work and its clients. What do you think about visual branding though? Because you are in the visual branding line. How important do you think it is for other companies out there to be making use of this period to go into visual branding?
I think now it is even more essential to really do visual branding. Partially is companies are actually cutting down on budget. So with little budgets or minimal budget, you actually stand out more. So that's the thing that I realized. Yeah. Frankly, like for creative, even for freelance graphic designers, everyone, they will know they want to do some sort of marketing, but no one is doing it. But now because of the pandemic, corporates are also cutting down on their budget. So with just minimal, you can actually be on board and you will stand out in front of the corporate companies because they are hiding or cutting down budget. So with that little money, I think that you stand out better. And also likewise, it's also personality, like I share, because why do I want to work with sometimes corporate company? Not that I have resentment against, but there are times whereby you want the flexible working arrangements. You need to talk to them after office hours that they might or might not be able to turn around quickly as compared to a freelance. And, so there are the pros and cons that you can weigh as working to which areas that helps. And that's where your personality comes in. So I know that I can work with Felicia because she is hardworking, she's friendly, she's, accommodating or stuff like that. Or I can choose to work with someone who say, sorry, 6 o'clock, we are closed, things like that. So that makes a difference. So besides knowing you as a personality, I have more confidence to work with you and to know you can deliver or you can't deliver. Yeah.
So this is during a time, especially very rough times where personality
shines.
Character, yeah, that's right. Like what you say, outshines the big brands and the big names behind your vendors, I would think. After this pandemic, though, I don't foresee that this pandemic is going to tide over very soon, or at least we're not going to go back to how it was before very soon, very quickly. What are your plans for both Design Works as well as AOL?
Yep. For AOL, we have plans to have talks. So the idea is actually either through Zoom talks or we trying to do launch talks. So depending on how soon corporates are willing to have us in, that's one. For Design Works, I think it comes hand in hand in a way complementary because obviously whatever art of life creative are done by DesignWorks in that sense. So that's where I get to showcase the creative artwork in a subtle way as well. So that's compliments, which I like that as well. And also because it's my passion, all the more I want to share and show in that sense. So it's a subtle way rather than, hey, this is my client, this is who my portfolio showcase. So it's a subtle message to share with them. Hey, if you like this, hey, by the way, it's done by my, the other company. So I see the synergies with it, and I see how it can come hand in hand as well, such that they don't see that Felicia is always trying to pitch me. They're always trying to find this and that, and then trying to pitch me on this and that. But now I'm showing you, hey, how can this be applicable in your own company? How can this work? Or, this propose as a new idea for you. So then you can see if you can adopt it within your company. Why not? Yeah.
So you have published 3 books, and I know it's all about, around AOL and its motivations. But do you plan then with this experience to move on to publishing about other things, maybe about your journey as an entrepreneur?
Okay. Actually, the first book I planned was to be an entrepreneur book. It never got around until this. So quite coincidentally, yeah. So I gone through a sort of a circle publishing some of the books. So I was like, when should I start working? So I think the issue about getting things done is also your pain point. When is that pinpoint hurts you enough to kick your butt and get going? So I come around. I have helped certain ladies in the process. I thought, why not? I should start collecting them and to start collating to the book. So that's the next plan ideally to put in place too. Yeah.
Okay. So I've reviewed your Graham plan for our next book. So when do you think we will see that book coming out?
I have no timeline yet. I hope soon, but I seriously don't have timeline yet. Yep.
So what other advice or encouragement do you have for other female entrepreneurs or freelancers out there who are, either working moms themselves or, just starting out or even thinking about it?
I think for most working moms or even freelance, their biggest challenge is putting themselves out there to be the marketing brand for themselves. So the question is, it could be a subtle thing. It could be it whichever platform, social media platform you're familiar. You can start from Instagram if you're familiar, or Facebook. You can just start from a simple post. But if you do it regularly and constantly, soon you will pick up by readers, pick up by your friends, and people start sharing. And when you pick up that momentum, you want to share more, that's one. And when you finally share one working post, it got picked up too, which is what happened for me during this circuit breaker too. So I was like sharing all my family, the perlas that I did. Then when I share about, if you think that you shouldn't start a website now it's all the more. And it got picked up by my friend, which I didn't realize, because to me, I just see that it's all my friends reading. But I neglected the fact that they are also working for someone else. They are also working moms and whatever, not that they do have clients on their own. And that's where the referral comes in, and it's like, why not? Yeah. So it can happen, but it's just patience, time, and consistency.
Yeah. It's never going to be like a one hit.
That's right.
Like, you post it out and suddenly a flood of people coming in.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
I want to bring it back a little bit into why you decided to come out even on your own as to start DesignWorks at that point of like 15 years ago, right? Can you share with me or share with our listeners out there, what were you doing before? And then what made you, give you the push to step out on your own?
For me, I was a graphic designer back then. Okay. So we all know long hours behind monitor screen, you probably sit throughout the whole day. So for health issue, it's not good. Backache, wrist pain and whatever not. So I realized at an earlier time that I want to shift out of this working kind of a zone, that I don't want to be constantly sitting, and then later I'll be paying for medical bills. Yeah. That's what I foresee if I were to continue that route. So I wanted a flexible timing such that, I can get to move around, see clients, or change of a job scope in that sense. So I consciously told myself I wanted to change. And that's where I sort of I went to different industry to gain experience. And then subsequently I decided that's it. I pulled the plug and jumped. Because also, in a way, graphic designer, you don't start with a high pay. So I was like, what's my pain point? At worst, I just go back to work, which is not a very high pay to begin with. But if I strike, I got a higher chance of getting a higher pay. Why not?
Yeah.
Right. So I went for that. And I was thankful I didn't look back since then. So that's how it went from one thing to another. And that's where I wrote blogs. And that's where the books comes in. So it was like unconsciously, but somehow it built on and it rolled. Yeah.
So how did your husband as well as your family feel about that though? Because it must have been a huge leap.
Yep. So initially I was telling my husband, okay, I can't spend big expensive meals. We will probably eat very simple meals. So he's okay with that. So he's been very supportive with my business all throughout. Mm-hmm. So in fact, I told him I'm going to publish a book. He was like, huh? How are you going to do that? I said, I got my networks, right? So he said, okay, I'll leave it to you. Then he saw the book coming into picture. He saw the events coming into place. So he was like, oh, okay. So you planned everything. So I was like, yeah, I got my networks, right? So he was like, what kind of friends you have all this while? But it's also throughout the time, and he saw my friends, he saw that, hey, this is what I've been building all this while. So he's also happy in a way. It's not just always family. You have your work life, you have your colleagues, you have supportive even vendors, which I'm thankful also throughout, because after all, we've been 10, 15 years. So my vendors has been supporting me some since day one till now. Wow. So I'm thankful for that despite the hard times, the good times, they were with me throughout.
Yeah. Wow. That is great. I think it was it's not only showcasing to, your people out there, your clients, your vendors, but I think it's showcasing to your partner as well, like, oh, this is what I can do. Suddenly all your weapons and all your arsenal came out. It's like, oh my goodness, I married a wonderful woman.
I think at the end of the day, there's always hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. It may seem tough now, but once you pass through it, you look back, you realize it's actually a different view. So don't constantly stay at that view. So, change your perspective or change something, and that little things does add up at the end of the day.
So persevere, people, persevere. That's out right. there. Thank you so much, listeners, for tuning in. Subscribe to our show, Freelance Creatives Exchange, and check out our Freelance Creatives Exchange website. Join our Facebook community, Creatives at Work, on Facebook as well as on Instagram, and have a wonderful week. Be kind, stay safe, and we'll chat really soon.